No, this is all experimental. It's all happening in the moment, and we're all a part of it.
And what's it going to be like 3 generations from now? I'm scared that we're eliminating as much as possible boredom from our lives, because I think the boredom is important. When I was a kid, we talked about being weird. When I was a kid, had a lot of free time on my hands, had to figure out ways to entertain myself.
Yeah.
No video games. And you end up doing things that, like, you had talked about your whole, we found this niche for me in this history show thing because it's what I was born to do or whatever. Yes, but it goes back to me trying to figure out, okay, I've played with these toy plastic soldiers every single day. How do I make something new so that I can be entertained with these same toy soldiers? And I think that all, if we think about building blocks in your brain, the need to overcome boredom, for example, is a prime mover when you're young. You're not motivated by money. You're not motivated. You're not even motivated by the opposite sex. When you're a kid, you're like, what am I going to do to fill this afternoon? And you find ways to, I remember tearing up my mom's garden once to create a giant river system,
Yeah.
Okay. But would you do that today? Would you even bother? It took hours. I mean,
I wouldn't, but maybe a kid would.
Maybe there's an app where you can do the same thing on. My point is that there's these sorts of prime movers end up creating their needs that create the need for solutions. If you get rid of that need, do you need the solution anymore? And did the need for the solution create a different Joe Rogan, Dan Carlin, or Joe Blow out on the street than would have been otherwise? We talked about creating a more formidable human being. Having to overcome my childhood boredom created a more formidable human being.
It did. Dan Carlin, we just did 3 hours.
Again.
Just went flying by.
It always does.
It always does. We got to do this more often. We always say this, but can we please?
I may do a book soon. Would you like to have a stupid book tour interview?
When are you going to do that?
I don't know. Same time the virtual reality comes out.
Well, let's please sit down and talk more often. I really enjoy it.
Can I just tell you, you're one of the most open-minded people, though, and I do quote you at times because you've taught me a lot.
Oh, thank you, brother. And you've taught me a lot, too. I appreciate it. Dan Carlin, ladies and gentlemen, Hardcore History. Go download, subscribe. Bye. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for tuning into the show. And thank you to Policy Genius. Go to policygenius.com and get your life insurance in order. Will you please? You can compare life insurance online on your own terms in your own time. Policygenius.com. Because you shouldn't have to call an agent just to get a quote. Okay. We're also brought to you by Quip. GetQuip.com/Rogan. Go there to get your first refill pack. Go there to get your first refill pack for free with a Quip electric toothbrush. It's the toothbrush that I use every day. It's excellent. It's really well designed. It's very slim, and it literally is like the size of a pen, and it's fucking awesome. You get your first refill pack for free at getquip.com/Rogan. That's GETQUIP.com/Rogan. And we're also brought to you by Rocket Mortgage from Quicken Loans. Get your motherfucking mortgage in line with Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Apply simply, understand fully, and mortgage confidently. To get started, go to rocketmortgage.com/Rogan. Equal housing lender, licensed in all 50 states, NMLS consumeraccess.org, number 3030. Okay, that's it for this podcast. But, however, I got one more this week. I'm going to do an MMA breakdown every week now. Sort of like just to going over the news. It seems like if we try to cover it once every other week or every 2 weeks, just too much shit is happening. So I've decided to just do something every week where we stop and just pay attention to what's happening in the news. So that would be the only remaining podcast of the week. So if you're not an MMA fan, you're like, oh my God, you're going to talk about fighting again. Boring. You don't have to listen to that. But we'll be back next week on Monday with the gals from Guys We Fucked, that podcast. That's I'm looking forward to that. I think those gals are hilarious. And that will be on Monday the 20th. Okay, so we'll see you then. Bye-bye. Big kiss.